As also mentioned, we know that the time of anxiety, fear. We know that the pandemic and the conflict that we've experienced can lead to scapegoating at times. It can lead to blaming of groups based on prejudice and stereotypes. We know that the stats are telling us that unfortunately hate is at a high level, not just here in LA County, but in our region, in the state, and nationally. We thought it was so important that we bring together the millions of residents here in Los Angeles County who we know are standing together against hate. We are simply giving voice and a path for people to take action to push back against the hate and bigotry that we have all seen and experienced. We know that there's been a higher level of targeting of Asian Americans, of immigrants, of people of color, of LGBT communities, of transgender women. We just recently released a hate crime report which documents all of that. And at the same time, we know that there are people who are standing up with courage against this kind of people like Ms. Hong Lee, who, after experiencing it, went online to share her story despite being traumatized by an incident of hate. Her words helped to bring forward so many others who had experienced the same level of hate and hostility from the same person, which led to a police investigation into the hate crimes that he had committed. This is the kind of action of courage that we are looking to stir through this week of action, of standing up and standing together against hate. And we have a perfect way for people to take action. As Otto mentioned, laversushate.org, our website, allows people to go there to not only report acts of hate, which are very important, because we can't do anything about things unless we know them, that they're happening. Number two, it allows you to take actions big or small, to simply download a screensaver to show your commitment to taking action against hate. You can be part of a Twitter storm that's happening today. You can take part in the activities that you can learn about through our calendar of activities that are on the LA versus Hate website. We know that there are so many things that we can do to make sure that everyone is united against hate, that we are all connected to one another. You know, my mother, before she passed a few years back, was with us going to a special event to honor her. When we got out of our car here in the county, in this community, a kid rode by on a bike and yelled, "Jap, get out of here." And he yelled it at all of us. But for us, we were just confused. What is he talking about? But for my mother, she was very clear. This was an attack, a racist attack against who she was. She lived through the war. She lived through the imprisonment of over 110,000 Japanese Americans by our government during World War II. And that was the language that was used, the word. And she could do nothing but swallow it with her anger. There was no place to report it, nothing to do other than to just take it. Today, we've changed that. We have a place now for anyone to report by calling 211 or going to the website. We need to hear from people because unless we know about it, we can't bring our resources to do something about it, to support you, to offer help to those who are experiencing hate. This is something that we've heard over and over from over 700 reports of hate that have come in through our LA versus Hate reporting hotline. It is so disturbing to hear this, but at the same time, this is the week when we can come together as a county and support all of those who have had the courage to come forward, support all of those people who know that the right thing to do is to promote inclusion, respect, diversity, and push back against the hate that we have seen. So, especially appropriate coming out of the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, I want to show our gratitude for the incredibly diverse, inclusive, and beautiful, caring community that we have here. And I want to recognize particularly our partners who have been so important to standing up against hate. Partners such as Task Force, 2-in-1 LA County, Special Service for Groups, our LA versus Hate Rapid Response Network partners and supporters, and a special shout out to the Berkeley's Office of the Mayor and Not in Our Town, and especially LA Care Health Plan and CEO John Bass with us here today, LA County Office of Education and Superintendent Dr. Deborah Duardo, who is with us today, LA Chamber of Commerce, we have Maria Salinas, who is with us here today, and of course, our City of Los Angeles, Capri Maddox, who is the director of their Office of Human Rights and Equity. I want to just close by saying that all of this is due to the support and leadership of the Board of Supervisors of LA County. Supervisor Solis, in particular, is going to be sponsoring a motion that is going to be presented tomorrow to the board to formally declare this Stand United Against Hate Week. And I want to thank her staff, and the board for all of their leadership, not just tomorrow, but for everything they've done to help us get to this point. I know that through this work, we are going to emerge an even stronger and more resilient and healthier LA County. Thank you.